The intended use of this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the host and guests independently, and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of Updog Challenge Incorporated, its sponsors, or any other partnered organizations. Updog Challenge Incorporated does not guarantee the accuracy or reliability of any opinions expressed. In no way should the information provided during the Sweet Spot and Updog podcast be considered veterinary, medical, legal, or professional advice. At all times, the advice of your personal professional should supersede any information provided, derived, or inferred from listening to this podcast.
Ready, set, go.
Welcome to the Sweet Spot, an Updog podcast. I'm Andrea Morissette.
And I am Jack Bailey. We are your hosts today, and we have a special guest today. Who's our special guest, Dre?
Our guest today is Lauren from LubriSyn. Woo woo! Give it up for Lauren. She's our awesome contact that we work with at LubriSyn, and she's going to tell us a little bit about this product that's really kind of just come on this year into disc dog. And so, as far as my awareness of it, I hadn't heard of it before. So we're really excited to kind of share about what LubriSyn is and tell us a little bit more about how it benefits us and our dogs. And tell us a little bit about you, where you live. Do you have any dogs? You're on a crazy dog podcast. So we want to know about your dogs if you have any of those.
Of course. Hi, I'm Lauren. I've been working at LubriSyn for 4 years now. I work in the marketing department. I work a lot with our partners, wonderful partners like Jack and Dre and UpDiff. I do have 3 dogs. I have one that's a golden mix who just kind of stays home with dad. She's daddy's girl, very much so. And then I have 2 Aussies. Freya, my older one, she's 5. I do compete in Updog with her. We have a lot of fun together. She really enjoys barking at frisbees rather than catching them sometimes. So we do our best, but our team name is Bark Catch Bark.
That's kind of an Aussie thing.
Yeah.
Well, not all Aussies, but definitely I can relate.
Yeah, remix.
Yeah.
For you guys.
And then I have my 3rd dog is she's 18 months old now, another Aussie. I've been working with her. She much prefers jumping and swimming to catching frisbees, but we're getting there. We're getting there. She's started catching them more recently, so I'm hoping that next year she'll be ready to participate in UpDiff more.
Is she doing dock diving now?
Yeah, well, I haven't competed with her yet, but I have taken a lesson or 2 with her and she loves it. She thinks it's a blast. So I think that might be her forte.
Now you just need to throw frisbees off the dock and then that'll get her to love frisbees for Updog. See, we have a plan.
Yes, that is the goal to get, yeah. I started doing more of the crossover events or games with her because she just loves to jump so much. So I thought, reward her with jumping to catch the frisbees. And that's working a little bit. So maybe add in the water as well and we'll get her going all the way there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. So, Lauren, you said you started with LubriSyn 4 years ago. And can you, for those... I'm sure there's people listening that have no idea what this LubriSyn product is, what the company is. Can you just tell us a little bit about the main product and also some of the other products that LubriSyn has as well?
Yeah, of course. So LubriSyn started 21 years ago on mainly just for horses. Our first product line was just for horses. Our developing veterinarian, Dr. Stephen Alday, is a racetrack vet who specializes in lameness. And he was having to do joint injections on really young horses, like 2-year-old horses. And horses mature kind of similarly to dogs in the first few years, where like a 2-year-old horse is almost done growing. They're still very young, and so having to inject that young was a kind of a big deal. But they're getting worked really hard, and so he wanted to find an alternative to see if an oral application of HA would work as effectively as the injections did. And so he partnered with a chemist, and they developed LubriSyn. And so again, it started with just in the horse world, but horse people are a little crazy, and they will take it themselves and give it to all of their animals as well if they notice it's working. And so they started doing that, started seeing results in others, and so we developed we started a pet line and then also a human line, and we have a livestock one too, but that's not super relevant here. So we have LubriSyn now for pets, people, and horses. And we also have a lip balm that has the hyaluronic acid in it as well.
A
Because
lip
hyaluronic
balm?
acid, yes.
So wait, we
Um,
can tell me okay, we gotta talk about this lip balm. I
You
know that's
didn't know about that?
I had never heard of the lip balm until today. Like what
Oh my goodness, I'll
Lubricin
have
lip
to
balm?
send you
So you can
some.
get your
Yes.
lubricin through your lip balm, or it's just an extra
So
protectant?
hyaluronic acid is found in your skin, your eyes, and your joints.
Uh-huh.
And so I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of skincare, especially moisturizers, have
I've heard it
hyaluronic acid in them. Yeah. So it's a really moisturizing molecule. It attracts moisture really well.
all over my face.
Yes,
Get rid of
yes.
any
And so
wrinkles.
the lip balm is great. It keeps your lips nice and moisturized. And it also has sunscreen in it. So you get a
Oh my
little bit
goodness. I
of
didn't even know that.
protection as
Okay, we're gonna
well.
have to add that next time. I didn't even know that.
Yes.
That's cool.
I didn't realize I hadn't sent you some. I can
No,
send you some for
I know, I
sure.
know. You gotta send me some. I need plump lips.
Yes, and we have two flavors, just almonds, which is just kind of a neutral, and then a mint as well, which gives you a little bit of that tingle. I like the mint.
Cool. I didn't even know that was a
Um,
thing.
yes, yes, and
Our updoggers love their lip balm
We
too.
do. We really have a thing about lip balm. I don't know
oh,
what
here,
it is.
So
got some.
Lauren, I don't think you know this unless, I don't know, maybe Jason might have shared this funny story with you, but well, I think it's funny. Some of the updoggers don't think it's funny, but you know, over the years, like we give out little
Freebie.
trinkets, little things if people come to our players meetings in the morning because we really want to encourage them to come on the
Mhm.
international final days so that they get updates and stuff. So, anyways, multiple years we've given out little things of chapstick, and it's from like a promo company that we puts our
Custom
logo
made.
on it or whatever.
Yeah,
It does not have how do I say it?
Hyaluronic acid.
hyaluronic. You can just say HA.
Hyaluronic. All right,
Yeah.
HA. It doesn't have that in it. It's just cheap stuff, right? And so we gave some out one year, and apparently there was a mix-up at the factory or something because like half the people got a glue stick.
Oh no.
Like it wasn't chapstick, like it wasn't lip balm. And like they put it on and they're like, "Ooh, this is gross." And like either that it was a glue stick or it was a
I think it
formula
was
gone
just
wrong
I think it was
because
just bad chapstick.
it could function as a glue stick even if it was. So anyway, we haven't lived that one down, but our updoggers do love their lip balm.
So
All right.
they may be a little tentative if we decide that lip balm, which now I'm voting that lip balm from LubriSyn should be in our players pack next year. But we may have to make a whole big thing about it that this lip balm is safe
It's
to try.
not glue.
It's not-
All
Okay,
right. So let's get back on track. Enough about glue sticks and lip balm, right? So all right, LubriSyn HA, the
Hyaluronic acid.
hyaluronic acid, is
hmm
like kind of the main product that first came out, right?
Yes.
And you talked about how it kind of spread from the horse world to other areas. I
Mhm.
know that I've had a couple people ask, like, "Hey, are there studies in progress, or have there been studies on like the efficacy of HA and in particular like LubriSyn HA?"
So yes, LubriSyn specifically, we've only done one study, and it was in horses. That is available on our website. So if you just go to LubriSyn.com and then go to the story and science under the About page, that has all the studies on there. So the one specifically that we did with LubriSyn was in horses. It was in track horses, but that's on there. But there are other studies with hyaluronic acid in an oral liquid form of hyaluronic acid that are available also on our website. And we do have one in people and we do have one in dogs. Um, it was in beagles, so it wasn't in specifically sport dogs, but it was in dogs. And it did show that it is effective in helping reduce pain. And the one for the study about people, it found that specifically a high molecular weight hyaluronic acid was associated with chronic pain relief. Now, high molecular weight hyaluronic acid differs from a low molecular weight hyaluronic acid. A lot. LubriSyn only uses a high molecular weight hyaluronic acid. 2.4 million Daltons is our average molecular weight for those of you who are curious. And that is almost bioidentical to what is naturally found in the body. Now, it does differ a bit between species, so like horses versus dogs versus people. It varies a little bit, but that is kind of the average there, the 2.4 million Daltons. So we stick with that as our baseline for what we want to keep in our product. And we do test every batch that we make to make sure that we keep that level. Low molecular weight hyaluronic acid has been associated with negative things, so an increase in joint pain and also,
Wow.
yeah, cancer. So, um, so we do make sure that we maintain that high molecular weight. In that study in people, it did show a pain relief with that. And then in the beagles, it showed a, a, that it they did the what's it called? Like the where they dye it and then they can track where it goes in the body.
I know what
Trace.
you're talking about. Yeah. I don't know if
Yeah,
there's a
I
particular name for
can't
that.
remember the word right now, but that they did
They
that
do the
with
eye
it.
tracing where they like inject it in.
Yeah. Yeah, and it to show that it did make it to the joints of the beagles after they orally ingested it. Um, and that it did have an effect on their joint health. So those studies are both available on our website again on that same page if you want to go through them and learn more. But that's kind of the overview of them.
Okay. Yeah. That I think one of the questions that I had, and I've talked about this a little bit with people in disc dogging, just because I'll share my story in a second here with my dog Spice, because she's the first dog that I gave it to and saw immediate results and everything. But anyway, as I talked with folks, some people were familiar with like HA injections, but not realizing that there was even such a thing like an oral dose that dogs or humans could take. So that was one of the first questions that I got was like, is it the same? Does it work the same? Is there benefits one way or the other between the two? I don't know if you know any of that information.
Yeah,
Okay.
so typically with injections, one, any injection is not necessarily the safest thing. You know, there's always a risk with an injection, as opposed to, just top dressing hyaluronic acid on your food is totally safe. Um, Hyaluronic acid stays when it's given not, when you didn't make it, when it's introduced to your body, it stays in your system for approximately 36 hours. Um, this is information I've been given from Dr. Alday, our developing veterinarian. It stays in your system for approximately 36 hours. Now, you may still see results longer than that. So with your injections, you're injecting it typically directly into the joint where, it's getting exactly there and you know how much is in there. And it is, an immediate effect and relief. But you will notice that you kind of get that roller coaster where as soon as you inject, you're good, and then it's going to drop off and you're going to have these hills and valleys a lot. Whereas if you have a daily oral dose of it, you kind of keep that level consistent and high to get rid of kind of that roller coaster effect.
Interesting.
Um, Now, there are a lot, especially more in the equine industry, who will use both. They will inject and then use LubriSyn to kind of help maintain that level between injections. And they have found that they can, lengthen the time between or even eliminate the need for them eventually with LubriSyn.
Okay, that makes sense.
So that actually answers another one of my questions that I didn't even know I had is if I miss a day or so, I don't need to stress about it.
Right, yeah.
This isn't
So
like
you do have a little bit of a buffer there, yeah.
yeah, cool. Because I didn't realize before I had my conversation with you earlier this week that the human and the pet can be interchanged.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yeah.
I ran out of human and we were in the middle of a world championship. And I'm like, of course I would run out in the middle of a world championship. All my joints are going to hurt. And then I was like, oh, I can use pet. And so I just used the pet until then. So, but I didn't obviously feel of all of a sudden immense pain from not taking my LubriSyn that morning. But it was a thought of mine of like, oh no, if somebody runs out or whatever, I wonder what the efficacy of it would be over time. But that's really good information that we kind of build up a status quo of support. And if we miss
Yeah,
a day or
yeah,
so, it's not like we're gonna be all
yeah.
crinkly and not be able to move.
Exactly. It's not a huge deal. Yeah.
I mean, I might feel that way anyway, just from person on any particular day, but I find that the LubriSyn helps. Um, well, I was curious about what other products LubriSyn carried, and I did hear about the chapstick. Is there anything else that you guys carry?
We do have a wounds gel. However, we are
Oh.
currently reformulating it, so it's not currently available. It also has the hyaluronic acid in it, to help keep that skin moist while you heal to help,
Hmm.
it's really good stuff, but again, we're reformulating right now, so it's not currently available.
Does that work for pets and people?
It's
That's again interesting. We
only
have injuries and cuts and stuff on our dogs. That might be a
Yes. So technically, it's not approved for human use
uh,
because that is a whole different ballgame than a supplement. Requires a lot of FDA testing. However, I can tell you I've used it on myself a lot.
it'll be approved for dog wound or pet
Yes.
wound, and then cool. Okay, great. We use our dog stuff all the time.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Jack's like,
Uh, Dre, now we're gonna have to have another disclaimer about your statements here.
let's just mention that anybody doesn't need to do what I'm doing in regard to dogs, and please don't listen to me. Please listen to your licensed doctor or veterinarian before partaking in any supplements for you or your dog's health or wealth or overall livelihood and happiness and joy. How was that? Is that pretty good?
That was perfect.
Perfect.
Um, I just want to say, and I've said this to numerous people, but our podcast reaches more people than just the people I happen to talk to at events. And like I said at the beginning of the podcast, this is one of the products that has sponsored Updog that I've really felt like, wow, this has made a difference with my pack. And the so I have a 16-year-old dog named Spice. She was a rock star disc dog, loved jumping really high, staying in the air for longer than you would believe, and she still thinks she can do that. And so when I would take her out to go play, I'd throw the disc for her, and I'd have to keep it really low because she would still jump,
And then
and
not.
then as she was landing, she realized, ow, this hurts. This really hurts my hip, my joints when I land. And she would land and let herself kind of collapse a little bit onto her belly to take up that shock on her joints. And so I would really try to keep the disc from going up in the air. But you guys all know when you throw a frisbee, sometimes the air catches it or whatever. And plus, Spice just wanted to jump. Even sometimes when it was down low, she would jump until she landed. Then she would be like, "Oh yeah, I can't do that."
Yeah.
So, anyways, we got the LubriSyn trial bottle at UpDiff, and I was like, "All right, I'm going to give this a go with Spice." And I did follow the instructions of the first week, kind of. I don't know if that's called double dosing or what it's called, Lauren.
A loading dose.
Loading dose. Okay, I knew it had a special name. I knew it wasn't double dose, but I think it is a double dose, though, right?
It is, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so I did that with Spice, and like literally within the first week, I started noticing a difference. And after the 2 weeks of using it, like, I mean, she's still 16. She's not 8 or anything like that. But literally, I can take her out. She will jump up for the disc. She will land and she won't splay out. She won't hit her belly on the ground. And she does it multiple times. Like she'll play a good 2 minutes with me. And, I don't throw the disc high for her to jump really high, but she does her little 16-year-old dog jumps and she lands it and she's not hurting herself, or at least she's not feeling the pain. And so she doesn't splay out, she doesn't hit her belly. And that was like the first obvious thing I noticed. And I was like, wow, that was the only change. Like she's not on any other supplements for joint or anything like that. So this was the only change that I had made. And so that right there, I was like, all right, I'll try this. Like I'm kind of spice age. If I take the multiply the 7-year-olds or whatever, I don't know what the
Yeah.
math is. I'm like, I'm up there. Let me try this for myself. So it was uh, it was spice and the just the anecdotal evidence by watching her playing and what it did for her with her playing that kind of sold me on the product. And I can tell you too, I don't want to speak for them, but I can tell you there's a couple folks in our local club that have had similar results. They've posted about it on Facebook. Again, that you can ask them about their stories, but I just wanted to share mine because I love seeing Spice being able to jump because that's what she loves to do.
Yeah. And the whole reason I started was because of Spice. So I saw the result with Spice, and Leap is almost 10. He retired when he was 7 because he kept straining his biceps. And we would go through the long rehab, and then he would come back, and then he would strain them again, and then we would go through rehab. So after the second time, I was like, we're not doing that again. So I just retired him, and he stopped really doing anything like exertion or athletic. Like he just laid around, and he's only 7.5 years old at this time. He just stopped like running around the yard playing with dogs. He stopped extending when he runs. Like he started running like a little chihuahua, like ding, ding, ding,
Mhm.
ding, instead of opening his body. And
Yeah.
I heard that Spice was doing well. I put him on it, and within a week, he's running around the yard. He's like starting fights with my other dogs. He's back to being
Feeling
leaping
good.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got his gusto back, and now I can play him in toss and fetch or up dog games and feel like I'm not doing a disservice to my dog. So I feel like I got more time with him, which is really special for me. And as soon as I found that out, I was like, if it can help I just turned 47 this week, so if I can help some of my creaky joints, just with the regular chronic pain stuff that you build up over life, like that
Hmm.
stuff's not going to stop hurting. It's arthritis. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it just it
Um,
continues. Yeah.
yeah, so I just realized there's a decrease in my average chronic pain throughout the day. I just don't, right now, I don't feel any pain in my body. And before, there would have been left knee pain, right lower back pain, elbow and neck, just like kind of dull pain throughout the day if I stood up or moved around and whatever. And I don't feel any of it. So I feel a de decrease in my chronic pain. But the big win for me is that I have an opportunity to play with my dog for more years when he was like done. It's like it's opening up a whole, quality of life for him that wasn't there before.
Hmm.
So anyway, if you guys have questions about stuff like that, questions for Dre or I, reach out to us. We'll share our experiences, and we hope that if it's something that helps you as well, you pass it along. Not to turn this into like a big commercial, but I'm going to go ahead anyway. If you Dre, what is your code?
Dragon dogs.
So if you use the code Dragon Dogs or the code Remix, I should have used Spice. I thought about it, but then I'm like, not a whole lot of people in the disc dog world know
Wouldn't
or
know.
remember
I
Spice.
know.
I used Remix because I figured they would remember Remix. But anyways, if you use either of those codes, you get 25% off your order, which is an amazing percent off. Usually companies give you like 10% or something like that.
Yeah.
So use it. If you have
A month.
questions about our experiences, reach out to us. And Lauren, like if they have questions, not about like, of course, Dre and I can talk to our experiences, but if they have like questions about, I don't know, science or, will this work for X, Y, or Z? Is there anybody that they can reach out to, or are there places where they can go and find out more information?
Yes, I am on the Updog Facebook page. You can find me there. You can ask a question there, and I lurk. I usually see them and answer if I can. You can also just go to LubriSyn.com, shoot us a message there if you have a specific question, or we do have FAQs on there if you've got kind of a more generic one that we didn't already cover.
All right.
Cool.
Well, there you go. Dre, any more questions for Lauren before we see if she's willing to do our time warp challenge?
I'm ready for. Ooh, we haven't done a time warp challenge in a long time, Jack.
I know.
That means I just want to jump right to that. I don't have any more questions. I'm excited about time warp challenge.
All right. Lauren, have you listened to the podcast? Do you know what the time warp challenge is?
I don't, sorry.
Okay,
Ooh,
that's okay. That's okay. Have you heard of the game Time Warp in
Yes, I've
Dog?
played.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, it's not like that at all.
nothing like that
Okay.
at all.
Okay, forget all that. Got it.
All right. Just I guess the only thing is they're both 60-second games, so maybe
Okay.
there's your similarity.
Question.
All right. So Dre and I are gonna start. Dre's gonna start a timer for 60 seconds. And we've got 10 questions that we're going to ask you. They're just silly questions, not
Okay.
like don't think too much about any of them. But
Okay.
your job is to try to get through all 10 questions rapid fire in 60 seconds.
Okay. All right.
Okay?
What
All
I can
I'm
right.
going
do.
to tell you, because I'm a good friend, that there's going to be one question in there that asks for three answers, and it's going to be towards the end, and it's going to throw you for a loop because you're going to have to come up with three of something. So make sure
Okay.
you don't sit on those first questions for a really long time, or you won't have time to finish your 10.
Okay. Thank
Okay?
you. Yes.
I feel like
Keep the
you're
sneaky
giving
three
her
questions in there.
too much extra information here, Dre.
I got you, Lauren. I got you.
I'll take what I can get. Yeah.
I almost said it for 20 minutes. That would be very helpful, but that would
Oh
not,
yeah, let's do that.
wouldn't even hang out that long, I promise. Okay. All right, I'm ready with the timer. Are you ready?
Mhm.
All right, Jack, you got the first question?
I got it.
All right, ready, set, go.
Lauren, what's your favorite room in your house?
A kitchen.
Ooh, good answer. If you had unlimited money, what would you spend it on?
Land.
Hmm.
What is one thing on your bucket list?
Skydiving.
Oh, what's your favorite disc dog disc to throw?
Oh, I don't know. Um, shoot. I like the heroes.
Okay, good
Okay.
answer.
Turkey or ham for the holidays?
Turkey.
Okay, favorite up dog game, 30 seconds.
Four-way play.
What is your best trivia category?
Books.
20
Nice.
seconds. Name three winter sports.
Luge, downhill skiing, ice skating,
There
hockey,
you go, 10 seconds.
There you go. What's your favorite carnival ride or game at a
Ferris
carnival?
wheel.
What's the last thing you placed in your Amazon cart?
My Halloween costume.
You finished exactly in time. You did
Good
it.
job, Lauren.
That's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, that got me.
Great.
I like how you came up with luge first,
I was like,
and then you like stumped
luge?
yourself. You're like, wait a minute.
Like, what else do you do in the winter? I like immediately went Olympics.
Yeah.
I
All right. I want to know what your Halloween costume is.
Oh, have you seen the Anastasia movie? I don't think it's a Disney movie, but it's kind of that vibe.
I
like a
don't
picture
think,
of
no,
kids.
I know I haven't seen it. I'm trying to think if I've seen a commercial for it or anything.
Is
It's
that the one with the
older.
red
It's an
hair
older
girls?
movie.
Is that the
Oh,
red
okay.
haired ones? The
She's
Irish
got
girls?
like, um, I have a picture.
All right, let's show us a picture of your costume, your character.
Yeah. Can you see?
Okay. Yes, that
Oh,
looks
cute.
familiar.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
So
like it
that's
looks
what I'm
like it's
doing.
off of what was that movie? That with the magic carpet ride.
Aladdin?
Aladdin?
Aladdin, thank you. Is it a spin-off of Aladdin?
No, it's about the Romanovs, like how there was like a conspiracy theory for a while that the youngest daughter survived the massacre. Turns out she didn't, but the movie's about that, her surviving.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Then
Interesting.
she got killed at the end. Thanks for ruining the Disney movie for me,
She
Lauren.
no, she doesn't. It's
And
a
it,
cute movie. I really like
They don't
it.
ever
and it-
kill the good guy at the end of Disney movies. Don't
No,
worry.
no, no, no.
did you
He's
say
the
it's not,
princess, so like he can't
did you
die.
say it was not a Disney movie?
I don't, it's not Disney, no, but it's in that
Like
same realm.
DreamWorks or something?
Yeah. I don't
Mhm.
remember. I think it came out in like the 90s. So it's an older one.
Have you
DreamWorks.
watched the K-pop Demon Hunters?
I haven't, but my niece told me when I take her trick-or-treating that I have to dress up like them with her.
I
That's
still haven't
funny.
done it. I still have to do it. I still have to look it up what that is.
People have been talking about it, and so I'm like, I told Kat because we saw it on Netflix, like the top movies or whatever, and I was like, all right, Kat, let's just watch it, see what this is about. And it was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I don't know, that doesn't really sound like a glowing review, but I mean, I didn't. There was no point at which I was like, gonna just stand up and leave. Like it was engaging enough for me to sit there and watch it for 85 minutes or whatever it was. So you
Okay.
have to check that one out.
Yeah, well, now I've
Absolutely.
I've been told I have to dress like them, so I figured I should probably watch it first. So
Yeah,
it's on
yeah.
the list.
On the list, keeping kids happy.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, Lauren. Well, congratulations on your time warp challenge there. You did a great
Thank
job.
you.
And thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing the information about LubriSyn products. And thank you to LubriSyn for sponsoring UpDiff. We appreciate that.
Of course.
And anybody listening, like I said, that wants more information, reach out to Dre or I if you have just simple questions. If you got anything beyond simple questions, you can reach out to Lauren or check out their website and find lots of good information there. Dre, what else are we looking forward to?
We're hoping to see everybody on an updog field soon. And in the meantime, we really hope that they be kind to each other.
And be kind to your animals. We will see you next time on The Sweet Spot.
I might need plump lips.